We finally got our first player SBC worth doing, which is why I'm bringing out the first player SBC, cheapest solution of FIFA 22. And yes, now that Anderson Talisca has gotten his upgrade, you could argue he's worth doing too, but I really don't think that doing Pedro or any of the other player SBCs that we've had so far is realistic at this point in the game. You're wasting a lot of valuable coins very early in the year, but Koulibaly, especially after using his gold card, this is an SBC that's probably worth doing. Now, I might do it tomorrow, the next day. You've got 2 weeks to complete them, so there's plenty of time for you to pick up some SBC fodder over the course of the next week or so and use that towards the SBC, which is probably what I'm going to do. But his card has 83 pace, 89 defense, and 87 physicality. He is absolutely rapid for a center back as well in game. I've used his gold card. It is so much faster than the 81 pace shows, and I really like his card. Overall, you're going to be spending about 150,000 coins on the squad building challenge. In return, you get some okay packs. They're not very good. You get a 15k pack, a premium Electrum players pack, which is essentially where you get 6 gold, 6 silver, and 3 total are rare. So sometimes you'll get like 2 gold that are rare, 1 silver that's rare. Most likely, you'll get 3 silvers that are rare because that's just our luck. Next up, we've got SERIE, which is going to give you an Electrum players pack, which is 1 rare. And then it's 6 gold, 6 silver. So again, you could end up just getting all non-rare golds. And then in this one, you get a 5k gold pack, which is the players plus the consumables, only 1 rare card. So again, the packs in return aren't going to be great. The only one worth mentioning really is that 15k pack, which you could get something all right in that. But let's start off with top form, which is the cheapest of the SBCs. You're going to need an 83 rated team and a team of the week player. And in this squad, you guys can see I built the cheapest solution for it, and I just conveniently have 5 of the players already in my club. So a lot of you guys will probably have a similar situation where you've got a lot of the players in your club already. Now, with these solutions, I try to make it the bare minimum in terms of price, which means you won't have a ton of wiggle room in terms of chemistry and rating, but I'll show you the spots where you do, or you can maybe throw in a player that you've already got in your club untradeable and use that in the SBC instead of going out and spending, 8 or 9k on another card. That could be much cheaper for you to just use the player that's already in your club. So started off, we're going to go Sergio Asenio at left back. We're going to go with Ante Rebic, and then we're going to go with Kier at center back right there, who is in pretty much every pack anyway, so you probably already have him. Next up, we're going to go with Munain and then Gaia across the defense. So we only need 80 chemistry, and you can see we're already sacrificing a little bit of it here with a center attacking mid at center back and then a left mid at left back, but we are prioritizing those green links still. And then next up, we're going to go with Eriksson at center mid. You can see that's the strong link between him and Kier for Denmark and Serie A, and then a weak link there with Ante Rebic. But now that Ante Rebic has a green and yellow link, it really doesn't matter what he gets on the left wing in terms of links, although we do go with another one of the orange links. Next up, we've got Iniesta, who is going to be our inform for the team, guys. This team of the week card is 83 rated, and it's barely above the discard price, guys. You can get them for pretty much 10,000 coins. So it's very easy to get this card for cheap. And you can slap him into the squad and get the link with Mikel Moreno, who's going to be our right center mid. Actually a pretty decent card in game for an 83. It's not terrible. But we kind of skipped past that early, starter team squad with some of these average players this year because everybody had those FIFA points, and they just skipped that portion of FIFA, and now we all have pretty good squads. Speaking of which, I did upload the best possible 100k squad. If you want to check that out, that was uploaded earlier today. Next up, we're going to go with Gosens at left wing, and then at striker, we're going Alvaro Morata, and then at right wing, we're going Asensio, which links up all the chemistry up top for Morata. As you guys know, I do have 5 of these players packed already, which means that this really only gets you 81 chemistry. It's not going to get you 86 unless you have a few players already on loyalty, which by the looks of it, all 5 of those players do based on the green badge on their card. So that's how you know they have loyalty, but you don't need loyalty. You only need 80 chemistry, and this will get you 81. So let's go ahead and head into the next squad, which is Serie A TIM. And before we do, guys, if this is helping you out, make sure to drop a like on the video. Very easy, very free to do so, and it helps me out a ton. So with this squad, we need an 84 rating, but we don't need that Team of the Week card. Serie A players 1, which is really easy because there's a lot of cheap Serie A players anyway. But you saw the last squad, we used Serie A players we didn't even need to. So they're pretty cheap in general. So we're going to start it off by going with La Liga. Again, we're going with Asenio at goalkeeper, and then at left back, we're going with Acuna, who is an 84 rated player from Argentina. And in La Liga, I think this is going to be a SBC fodder card we see quite a bit this year. Next up, we're going to go with Gerard Piqué, and then we're going with Jose Maria Jimenez at the other center back. Still all La Liga so far. We're going to continue that trend with Trippier at right back and Fernando at CDM. Surprisingly enough, Carrasco is less than 2,000 coins, and he's actually a pretty solid card as well, similar to what I was talking about with Marino. I mean, 4-star, 88 pace, 85 dribbling, 81 shooting. We're less than a week into the full release of the game, and he's already less than 2,000 coins. That's pretty crazy to me. Let's go ahead and continue this with going Felipe at center attack mid. We only need 75 chemistry on this squad. It's even less, so just go with the cheapest 84 rated card that you have from La Liga and slap him in right there. Felipe's really, really cheap, so that's why we went with him. Then we're going to go with Ibra up top at left striker. He's going to be our one Serie A player, and then we're going to go with Iago Aspas. As you guys can see, we get way more chemistry than you even need. So with this squad, it is very cheap. You can slap in a player that is off chemistry at striker. You can slap in a player that you already have in your club somewhere, and you'll still get the chemistry for this team. So it adds a little bit of security, but you also have to remember 4 of this chemistry is loyalty. So it is normally only 85, which means that you have 10 total chemistry to spare. And that's going to be the cheapest Serie A team for you right there. Next up, we've got the Premium Electrum Players Pack for the 85 rated squad. This is going to be a little bit more expensive as we get higher in the rating, but it's still nothing in comparison to the last team, which is most of the coins. So we're going to go with Cohen Casteels, who I don't know how got an 86 rated this year, but he did, and he's the most disappointing walkout that you can get. We're going to go with him at goalkeeper, and then Rafael Guerrero at left back. Next up, we're going to go with Mats Hummels to get that strong link through Dortmund there. And then we're going to go ahead and head off to the Serie A again, where we're going to go with De Vrij. De Ligt is going to be at right back, and then back into Bundesliga on the left side with Sabitzer. Galachi's a goalkeeper, and goalkeepers are always cheap, so since we only need 65 chem, let's slap him in right there. Luis Alberto is going to be our next card, which we're going to play right at CDM. He's not a CDM, he won't get full chemistry, but he's a cheap 84 rated from the league. Again, you can probably go with a goalkeeper there if you've got one in your club. Any Serie A player, essentially, slap him in there at CDM. As long as they're 84 rated. Andre Silva is going to finish off the squad on the left side with that strong link to Galachi. So he's not useless. He does help out the chemistry of our striker, but we don't really necessarily need it because as you guys can see, boom, we get another 6 chemistry from Ibra, 7 because, again, that one's on loyalty. So you're going to have 71 chemistry for this squad. A little bit of room to work with if you have players in your club already, but not a ton. It'll be at least enough to where you can slap in a different Serie A player or a different Bundesliga player somewhere in that team if you've already got one. Next up, we've got the 87 rated squad, which is the most expensive. It does give you the best pack in return, but realistically, the pack is still pretty terrible in comparison to what you're spending, but you've got to keep the end goal in mind. We're getting a juiced KALIDOU Koulibaly in return, which I think is definitely worth it. So let's go ahead and hop into this team. First up, we're going with Gulaci again, very cheap 85 rated goalkeeper. Then we're going to go with a couple of Serie A players on the left side of the defense, Bonucci and Chiellini with that iconic hyperlink that they have had for the last quite a while. Next up, we've got Hummels, and then we're going to go with Keylor Navas. He's the cheapest 88 in the game currently as a 88 rated goalkeeper from PSG. Next up, we're going to go David Silva. We're going to just slap him at left mid. It doesn't really matter all too much. And then we're going to go with Parejo at center defensive mid, who is going to end up being on full chemistry. Toni Kroos is going to be another really cheap 88 that we're going to slap there right at CDM. And then at right mid, we're going to go with another PSG player, which is Di Maria. He won't be on the, I believe he actually will be on full chemistry because he does get the link to Aguero. So we're going to go Suarez at left striker, and then at right striker, we're going to go with Sergio Aguero. There's no loyalty in this team, so you know that we have 6 chemistry to spare on this squad. So again, if you have a different different, maybe 85 and 86, there's a possibility you could end up getting full chemistry because those only get 11 chem as it is. So if you think about it, all you need to do is get 5 chemistry total within those 2 players, and you'll have the chemistry needed. But that's going to be the cheapest way to complete our KALIDOU Koulibaly. I appreciate you guys watching today's video, and hopefully it helped you out. I'll probably end up completing this using a similar solution, but by trying to incorporate the players that are already in my club to make it even cheaper for me. Now, that is the cheapest if you're starting from scratch, obviously, and you can maybe edit it a little bit as you go through to make it cheaper for you specifically, but I don't know what's in your club, and there's probably going to be several hundred people doing this solution, so I don't want to use players that are just in my club, but not everybody else's. So that's why I go with the cheapest solution from scratch. But that's going to be it for today's video, guys. If you haven't been keeping up with all of my Trading to Glory videos, make sure you do so. There's a lot of coins to be made this year. This can make your ultimate team so much better if you're making coins like I am, and I'm showing you guys how to do that in our Trading to Glory series. So check out the other videos on my channel. And that's going to be it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace out.